I actually like this better than that. How you had it there.
The couch was a little awkward.
It's not that it was awkward. It's just that it was just not as.
It's not as conducive to talking. But anyways, guys.
Oh, hi.
Welcome back to That's the Angle. Your favorite talk.
You good?
I forgot my own intro. Okay.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to That's the Angle with your boy Bruce Allen, and today I am joined by someone who I've been trying to interview once before. She canceled, but it's all good. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna drop it on you, and we are with Kyla Jeanette. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. And I guess that's that angle.
It chose to go from a different angle.
Okay, so let's just get right into it, Kyla.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Northern Virginia.
Where?
Born, raised, Fairfax.
Fairfax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm from Northern Virginia as well. Whole life, or you moved there, or?
Unfortunately, whole life.
You know, somewhat me too. Like,
Yeah.
I went to college, then I came back, and then now it's like DC's cool.
Yeah.
And so, are you doing most of your work there, or are you in DC a lot?
I want to say I'm in DC probably roughly 3 to 4 times a week. But shooting wise, I have to think about that. I think I do a lot of my shooting in Virginia, but I don't know why. I just do. I mean, if I have to come to DC, I'll come to DC. But a majority, I'm pretty sure, is in like the Fairfax area.
Oh, so you come to DC, but you do a lot of shooting in Virginia.
Yeah, like a lot of DC has to do with like just interviews, not interviews, but like meeting people, like networking, connections, stuff like that. That's my sole reason why I would come to DC. But
dude, that is like the biggest reason, like, I have found why I've been able to like be full time and stuff is networking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but I feel like as a photographer, like most photographers are more shy people in general. So, but for people like us, and I can tell it's like, well, by meeting you, seem like out there, like you're not scared to be like, yo, what's up, Kyla, photography. But like, I definitely feel like networking has been like a huge key to like my come up. I mean, what about you?
100%. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I started. Okay, so I'll probably get back to this later. I saw that you had this question.
Oh no. This is
But,
nothing. This is just like random stuff in case we get to a point where I'm like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. Screw all that stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, all my life I've been really shy. Like all throughout middle school, high school, whatever, I've been pretty shy. But then once I graduated and started, I started my business about a year ago. Probably what month are we in? July? In May. A year ago in May, I started my business, and from that moment on, I've just not
Like you formed
given.
the LLC.
No, like.
Or you were like, I'm taking this seriously. I'm gonna do photography.
I took initiative.
Okay.
LLC happened actually. I want to say a couple months before. It's really confusing.
Yeah, I don't really
later.
think like that matters. I'm just
That
saying
was,
because like I think your business really starts when you start getting paid,
Exactly.
not when you form your LLC.
Exactly, because I've been doing photography since I was like a sophomore.
Yeah,
Freshman,
so
sophomore.
How long or when did you get into photography? Like what got you started?
Okay, so my story isn't really as awesome as others that I've heard, but basically when I was a freshman, there was this girl that was a senior that I looked up to, and photography
in high school,
yeah, or I think she was a junior, doesn't matter, but photography was a thing. Like it's still like if you have a camera, you're a photographer. That's how it is in high
everyone's
school.
a photographer.
Exactly, everybody.
Don't get me started on that.
I know, right? I'll get so mad talking about that. I could go on and on, but. So she was like a photographer. She still does it a little bit, but she doesn't consider herself a photographer.
You're a freshman. She's a senior.
Yeah.
You have a phone.
Actually, I had a camera. My parents bought me a T3i.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I really wanted to get into it, and I actually wanted to do it for YouTube videos at first. But then I saw her, and she was beautiful, popular, talented, everything that I wanted to be. And
was she a cheerleader as well?
No, she was. I was a cheerleader though, but she wasn't a cheerleader. But she's pretty much everything that I wanted to be, like confidence-wise, and like I wanted to be popular at that time, and all that stuff. Cool. All that stuff that mattered.
Yeah,
you know.
She was cool.
But she went to a different school than me, and she didn't know me. But I followed her on Instagram. I was like her little Instagram stalker. We're friends now, but I was like.
You were on Instagram back then?
Yeah, I started when it first came out.
Dude, I wish. That is like one of my biggest regrets.
It really doesn't make a difference, honestly. It really didn't do anything. If anything, I embarrassed myself.
No way. I feel like if like I had started my brand, the Bruce Allen, when Instagram first came out, I would have like 1 million followers.
Oh, yeah,
I swear to God, I would have 1 million.
You'd be the original, probably. You'd be one of the most like.
This set would look way different.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so you were on it early, and so she influenced you. So like, what happened?
Yeah.
There?
So from there, she was doing like senior pictures and stuff like that, and so because she was friends with a bunch of seniors, and then so.
She was taking the pictures.
Yeah, she was taking pictures, and then I was too shy to do it, and then by my sophomore year, I started to be I don't know, like a little more confident than I was my freshman year. And my friends that were seniors said, hey, let's take your senior pictures. Hey, like, let me just take your pictures because I'm friends with, like, you know how people start. Like, get your friends together.
In high school, people were hitting you up to collab?
Not yet. First, I was just, because everybody loves pictures of themselves, especially girls that are, like, pretty.
Of course, if someone's like, yo, let me take your picture, especially back then before there was this, like, culture of collab.
Yeah.
It was probably different.
Yeah, exactly. So I was doing that, and then by my, like, senior year, I did the same thing during my junior year. Then my late junior year, I actually made my business an LLC. It's super confusing. I registered my business as an LLC because that's when I started to get more seniors and more people reaching out to me by my junior year.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh my god. Holy shit. I thought you were like 24, 25.
No,
like, I read your website. You said you've been doing it for 6 years. I'm like, wow, she's been doing it longer
than I have.
And you're only 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow. So you talking about high school is literally like a few
yesterday.
years ago. Holy
yeah.
But, like, your work does not look like a 19-year-old fresh out of high school work. Not, I think there's a level, but like when I looked at your work, I'm like, oh, it seems like mature in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't want to stop your story. So
no, it's okay.
So you started back then, and then what?
And then by my senior year, I started to get more known throughout different schools in the county. Like, I don't want to say I became. It gave me a name. It gave me the name that I wanted throughout my entire.
So people knew you because you were taking photos of people in your hometown of Fairfax.
Yeah, and then I started making friends outside different schools, and that's when I started like developing friendships, and then like I would just shoot pretty girls that I was friends with because I was friends with friends with those girls at that point.
Yeah, you were a pretty girl in the pretty girl circles. I mean, come on, you were a cheerleader too. You were.
My freshman year, that's it.
You were cool in high school, all right.
Like, but anyways, that doesn't matter. But people from high school don't watch this, and they're gonna be like, oh god. So anyway, so I was friends with them, and then I'd shoot them, and then I got a job. I started working at a restaurant that I actually didn't know that she worked there, but the girl that I looked up to that was a senior, at this point I was a junior senior. She worked with me.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Lauren Roberts, by the way. I'll say her name, whatever.
Shout out
and
Lauren.
she knows that I told her this story already, but. I told her that when I first met her, and then we became friends, and like she's a makeup artist now. She does a lot of makeup and stuff,
mm-hmm.
and so she did makeup for one of my shoots, like a boudoir shoot that I once did, and like yeah, I mean we're cool now, but that's sort of the story of how I.
Wait. Now, I'm confused. The whole you and Lauren thing.
Yeah.
How was that dynamic?
What do you mean? Like how did we?
So how did that like get you to like where you are now? Is it just like that she was like a pivotal character?
She just got my hands on a camera from looking up to her so much, and then seeing that she did photography. I wanted to be literally just like her. Like I looked up to her.
That's such an interesting story.
Yeah, and it's such like a little like it's not even that anything crazy, but I told her that, and she was like, wow, like I didn't know that whatever that I had that.
I think it's interesting because it's like your story. You kind of just start from like high school, and you just went straight into your photography business.
Yeah.
Like I'm like literally almost. Not even close to almost, but like I'm like 27, so like I went through like a whole college, like now I'm doing photography, which was not my degree. Like you're just going like straight into it. You're like, yep, this is what I want to do. Like I've got some skill at it. Like whatever. Like I'm going full forward.
Yeah.
Okay, and so where are you like now? So high school, that was like a year ago.
High school, I graduated in 2016.
Okay,
so about 2 years.
Are you full time now, or are you?
I'm full time.
Dang, full time.
Yes.
How's that feel?
It's good. It's okay. So from like I worked at Best Buy last year for like the entire year. I worked for Victor O'Neill Studios, which is a senior picture studio, and Best Buy at the same time.
Okay.
I did 2 jobs. And
so
then
you kind of learned the business at that studio, I'm guessing.
Of studio, yeah. Actually, they taught me a lot there. We didn't do anything creative. Yeah, but I mean, I learned lighting through them and stuff.
But that's huge, though.
Oh yeah, it helped me. I was just thinking about that on the way here too. I was like, wow, I didn't realize how much they actually helped me. But so then I ended up quitting Best Buy, working part-time, full-time solely for Victor O'Neill. And then my business started picking up in about October, and that's when their season stopped. Last October. Like my fashion, all that stuff. That's when I first like realized like, wow, like I actually love doing fashion photography.
Like
in October
you were getting paid for fashion, or people were coming to you just
people
like collab
about
fashion?
People were coming to me for fashion. People were coming to me for fashion. In about October, like I started getting involved with agencies. Kingsley in DC is like my.
I'm a fan of them. Yeah.
I love Joy. Love her to death.
They're one of the few agencies that I respect in this area.
Oh yeah, well they're like one of the only agencies in this area.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like I actually met Joy. She's a fantastic lady.
Yeah, she is. And I mean, the artist agency, I've been trying to reach out to. Well, I've met with them a couple of times, and like we've been networking a little bit. I just haven't had the chance really to really reach out to them.
I mean, there's only 2 agencies in a place like DC. It's like how much higher do you go at that point?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've shot with LA models. That's when I first started. When I first started fashion photography in March of last year, like before I took it seriously, I shot LA models, 2 models from there. And but yeah, so sorry, I'm jumping everywhere.
No, I'm following you. You're good.
Am I talking fast? I feel like I'm talking really fast.
You're talking
too.
a little fast,
Okay,
but that's just how you talk
that's
to
literally
you.
just how I talk. But so what was the question again?
No, we're just talking about how like you working with these agencies. Like I think it's interesting. So
Oh, yeah.
so it's like you're full time now, which is nuts. 19
Yeah.
year full time photographer, which I think like is a dream for most people
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So I mean, how do you think you made that happen? Like looking back, like how do you think like you actually like finessed it? Not that like it was a scheme or anything, but like that just blows my mind.
So it started with high school. People from high school.
So it was those high
people,
schools
they
built
still
a
hire me to
portfolio.
this day to do things for them. Like
No
people
way.
are getting pregnant that I went to high school with. People are getting married that I went to high school with.
It's like I love those gigs because those are the gigs that you don't like really advertise much,
they just come to
but
you.
you're like, yeah, I'll do it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll $100. I can
Well,
use it. Like,
actually, surprise! People actually don't know this about me. I don't really put it out, but I do weddings. I do engagements. Actually, that's where my income comes from: is weddings, engagements.
I was gonna say
seniors.
because I saw your website and it seems like your fashion's at the front, but I definitely noticed when you look in, there's like weddings and like family and stuff, and so that's like a majority of your income for you, I guess.
It is. It's literally all of my. I mean, I've gotten maybe a few paid gigs from fashion, but if I were to just do fashion, I'd be broke. Like I couldn't just do fashion.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to just get paid as a solely fashion photographer.
Yeah,
So,
I mean like. I'm like close to doing that, but like I'm not shooting editorials. Like I'm shooting like someone's e-commerce.
Yeah, e-com pays though.
E-com pays.
Yeah.
I would say e-com is like I get paid more for e-com than like any other thing because of the volume and the editing. So I'm like, okay, it's still kind of fashion. I'm not just doing basic poses. I still learn from it. But I'm so scared to go into weddings.
Oh no, it's so much fun. I love people.
Is it fun? Or, are weddings fun, or do they just pay really well and they happen to be like, oh, free booze?
Actually, yeah, this is what I tell people. Okay, if you're an introvert, you're gonna hate weddings. If you're an extrovert, you're gonna love weddings.
Okay.
That's literally 100% proven. Because every photographer that I met that does weddings that are introverts, they're like, I hate them. They just pay good, but like, they enjoy it, but they hate talking. They hate the talking aspect.
Yeah, I
of
feel
it.
like in that atmosphere, everyone's just sort of like on it. Like everyone's excited. You're drunk.
Yeah, and you have to
keep
up with so many different things.
Yeah, like if you can't handle like all that, you're just gonna feel like the nerd at the prom or something.
Exactly.
Like
I know exactly, and like I've noticed that because I've talked to people that have said pretty much that, and I'm like, I can't relate. Like I love weddings, but I mean, again, I consider myself an extrovert.
And you probably get to network the hell out of those things.
Oh, you do, yeah.
Man,
I mean,
messing up.
no, you definitely should. If you want a second shoot for me, like.
I was just thinking, like, you need a second shooter.
Yeah, no, I actually do need a second shooter.
No.
Well, I have one, and she's great, but she lives really far, so I need people that are also close to
on
me,
that
but
tip,
she's not available.
yo, I got your back,
Yeah,
all right.
I know.
But in like a funny way, like I was literally thinking, I was like, I feel like if I went to a wedding, like that. I'm an extrovert as well, and so I'm just like, oh man, I'd probably get drunk, and like they try to be banging bridesmaids, and like just like doing too funny stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Like I'm joking, but I'm just saying that
I know.
like weddings are fun.
They are, yeah. And I mean, you know what's funny too? Actually, I had a wedding last weekend. The groom, they were taking shots beforehand, and they actually offered me a shot, and I was like, oh, man, I can't do it.
You didn't do it?
I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I was friends with the groom anyways, but like. I don't know, like, it's just weird. I'm not gonna drink on the job. Also, I'm 19.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. She doesn't drink ever, and whatever. So, I mean, yeah, weddings I find super interesting, but you don't want to do that the whole time.
Actually,
but you enjoy it.
I love doing weddings.
So you wouldn't mind doing more weddings.
I want to do more weddings. So that's one. I love doing it because I meet so many people. And like drunk people are fun also, but I mean they pay good too, but just the environment, like it's beautiful. Like, you can do so much with weddings and you have so much creative freedom.
I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm like scared of like some bridezilla, or like I'm scared I'd miss a shot. Not that I don't think I would. Like I definitely think I could like do weddings better than most people I've seen shoot weddings. But like baseline, I'm like, oh man, that seems like a bitch to put together. Like the whole process of building the book and all that thing.
Yeah, putting together my wedding portfolio, I hate doing it. I hate putting, like my website, if you look at it, because I just started doing weddings late last year, so I have like 4 or 5 weddings under my belt. That's it, and it's only been like 7 months.
That's a lot of weddings so far. I mean, to shoot 4 or 5 weddings, that's
but like it's not kind of. So right now, because of that transition from I want to say like maybe was it September up until now, I have again 4 or 5, 6 weddings maybe. Every edit is different because I've changed so much. So my wedding portfolio is just so scattered with different kinds of edits. So I'm gonna go through probably today and just re-edit a bunch of my favorite ones and then just make them all look like the same. If that makes
Oh,
sense.
so you're saying you edit every wedding like
Different.
like a different shoot? But I mean, what's wrong with that? Why do you want them all look the same?
Because
I feel like
with weddings, you want a consistent look. You want consistency because then people are going to see that and they're going to say, "I love her."
as
her
far as
editing style.
angles and filtering, or your editing style as well.
Well, as of right now, I mean both. But as of right now, because I'm going to go back and edit, I'm just like tones.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
like
When you're
tones.
saying, I'm thinking like colors as well.
Yeah,
like you want the colors,
Uh-huh.
but like I mean, okay, I don't want to hate on the wedding right here for a second, but like I feel like the wedding tone is like very clean and like a lot of whites and elegance and like.
It depends. It really depends. I mean, that's personally, I like that. But then actually, I recently found myself editing a wedding from that past weekend that's very moody, very
Ooh.
dark, like desaturated tones, like a lot of greens, a lot of earthy tones.
Let's talk about editing for a second.
Yeah.
Lightroom, or are you going into Photoshop?
Photoshop, 100%.
Thank God.
100%
Thank God. When
Photoshop.
people
I
tell
hate
me
Lightroom.
they edit in Lightroom, I'm like,
How?
Like
I mean,
how?
I understand how it's organized. Like the organization factor is like cool. I don't know.
Or
how
just like
else-
all I use it for is just organizing.
That's what I would use it for, but I don't even use it for that. Like I have my own rhythm of doing things.
Wait, so you don't even like
I don't
use
use
Lightroom?
Lightroom.
So
I
like
don't
here,
touch Lightroom.
I'm gonna tell you my process, and then I want to use some of yours. Like, and this is after you do a shoot. You have all the pictures in a memory card. I put it into my Mac. I upload it to Lightroom, and then I go through it from there. And then that's where I create like my favorites list and everything. Export it, whatever. But then I edit in Photoshop. What's yours?
So what I do, I shoot in RAW, obviously.
Oh, you better be shooting raw. Yeah, that's why I gotta export.
That's the key factor. It's foreshadowing for what I'm gonna say. So memory card. Here you go. Plug it in. My Mac. All right. It opens up all dot whatever it is. What is it? I forget.
CR2.
CR2. That's what it is. Yeah. I click, highlight all of them, double click it. They open up in Camera Raw in Photoshop. I edit through there.
Camera Raw in Photoshop.
I can actually show you.
No. I know it is. It's like that little pane that comes up, and it
looks
has
like
like, it has but you can open up multiple images in that.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, what they recently did in the recent update, I think it's new. I don't know. It's never happened till like a month ago, and it's been helping me so much. Whatever presets, because I actually just started using presets for like weddings and stuff because it's so much easier. Whatever presets like you know how you buy presets off of like Etsy, whatever, and they transfer it into Lightroom.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that. Yeah.
You put them in Lightroom. They go to Camera Raw now. They sync. They're together. So whatever presets are in Lightroom, they can go to Camera Raw. So literally, Camera Raw is just like a baby version of Lightroom.
Oh, but the thing is, the problem with the Camera Raw is that you can't just store them and then go back like the next day and organize them. You can't favorite and flag them, right?
Yeah, you can. You can put stars like you can in Lightroom. I mean, that narrows it down for me. So basically, like, I'll go through. So let's say I have 200 pictures right here. Okay,
Yeah.
I go through delete, skip, delete, skip, delete. Okay, like that's what I do, like to get rid of them. And then I press done, and then I highlight them again, double click it, and the ones that I deleted are gone. And then I go through preset, and then down here you highlight them all.
So you're big on presets.
Only for weddings.
Yeah.
Only for weddings.
Yeah.
Nothing else, because I feel like presets are cheating. So,
You
yeah.
know, I wonder that a lot because like I come from the music industry before photography, and presets and stuff like that. It's like you want to hate them, but at the same time they're so useful.
They are. And they're very time not consuming. What's the word? Time
saving.
efficient.
Yeah, time efficient. Like I mean, I save my own presets all the time. You know,
Yeah,
just
your own.
Yeah, just my
Actually,
own.
I buy mine.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything wrong with buying presets. Like I've heard you learn a lot
No.
from them. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you like whose presets are you buying? I'm just curious.
Well, there's one that I use for weddings. It's by Bree and Steven. They're big. I'm actually friends with them. They're pretty well-known photographers down in, I think, San Diego. Is it San Diego? Yeah, San Diego. They're a couple. It's so cute. They're a couple photography, whatever.
Makes
However
me
you
cringe.
explain
That
It's
makes
so
me
cute.
cringe. I'm sure they're nice people, but
they're
God,
so
that makes
nice.
me cringe.
They're
It's like-
so helpful. Like they always message me with like marketing advice and just out of nice, just to be nice.
Just like
It's so
sweet.
sweet.
Nice ass.
Yeah,
people.
no, they're really nice. And like I want to meet with them somewhere. We've been talking about like maybe going down to San Diego and exchanging a shoot. I shoot for that. I shoot them. They shoot me. My boyfriend.
There you go.
So
that could
we've
work.
been, yeah. So what was I gonna say? But they actually have their own preset pack. It's on Etsy. Bree and Steven Photo. And I use theirs for weddings, and I've been using them for the past few weddings because they have a very light and airy feel for them, and
That's a good way to describe like the wedding edit. I feel like that people love.
and you can always fix them too. You don't have to do the
Oh, of
exact
course,
same thing.
yeah.
So like what I do now though is I use theirs and then a couple of others, if that makes sense. I use theirs, tweak them, and then I have others that I don't know. I honestly don't know where I got those. I think they were free. I had them from a long time ago.
you just
but I
forget
still
like, oh,
use
where did I
them.
get this?
But I know them, like they're the sole ones that I use.
Mhm.
They have 3. It's like $25 I think for 3.
That's
But
cool.
That's when I got it. I don't know how it is now. It was a while ago when I got it, but yeah, it's super helpful. They're great people. They're great photographers too. You should see their stuff. They're really really good.
I'm sure. I'm gonna take your word on that. But like, I kind of feel like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I feel like presets are cheating, but at the same time, I feel like you can learn a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like,
I mean, yeah. Preset. Okay, so
maybe I should try it.
I feel like with fashion photography, fashion, beauty, stuff like that, you should have. I mean,
your own style.
You should have your own style. It should be different every time. You know, make yourself look like, or how do I say this? Show that you can do different things. You know.
I feel like it's hard to have presets for fashion, beauty, editorial, so because it's so different. Like your lighting's different, so that preset might not look good there, or whatever it is. So it's like I find myself just like having patterns with it in my editing flow, and then I'll save that and I'll just copy it to the next photo and tweak it a little bit.
Actually, there's one preset pack that I actually did get for fashion just to check it out. It was free. It's by Anita Sadowska. Do you know her?
I love Anita Sadowska.
I love her so much. She's so good. But she actually she just started doing presets not too long ago, and she had a free pack.
And I did not buy them. I looked at them and I was like they're so good, but I was like, oh, they were free though?
Well, when they first came out, I was able to snag them right away.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can give them to you. I don't know if that's possible. I might be able to.
Yes, slide those to
I can email them to you. But no, I don't use them for all my photos. But the ones that I did on the beach, like all those, I use it for those because she's a solely bikini photographer.
And I noticed that you started doing some beach stuff, which we'll talk about, but I love Anita's beach photography and editing. Like I've noticed that she loves to make the skin very dark.
Yeah, yep.
And and when I go into Photoshop and I try making skin dark, I'm like, it doesn't look like hers. I'm just like
playing with the settings. I've learned actually how to maneuver my settings to sort of match hers before I got that, because I love her editing. Like I don't copy her, but it's inspiration, you know.
Low key. Even high key, dude, I copy her lighting setups all the time.
Oh, really? I actually, you know the one, did you see the video that she just did with the giant, what was it called? It was like a 51-inch.
I legit copied that lighting
setup.
that same day. No joke. I legit, I think I did too. Right behind you is a 7-foot one. I saw it. We're like copying the shit because you see your photos and you're like, that's fucking amazing.
You know what? I did it. It looked nothing like hers. I was so pissed. I
couldn't get it. That too. I was like, it's like even if you have the same gears, like you're still not gonna do it like they do it. It's like they finesse it differently.
Yeah.
And it literally looked like it was just right behind her.
Yeah, I did that, and I can show you the picture if you want to see it. I have it. Do you want to see it? Later. I'll show you later.
I mean, I guess I could edit it and go back and stuff like that. No, not right now. Right now. Show me
later. I
was
just gonna show you the one that I took with that setup. I mean, it didn't turn out bad, but it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to turn out, which was like hers, you know.
Yeah, I legit tried the same beauty thing. I think it came out good. I didn't compare it, but I was like inspired. And like a lot of her like fashion editorial setups are freaking amazing. Like my favorite lighting set that I ever got from her is her overhead lighting on the rim.
And the black walls.
The black walls just kill me because I'm like,
really?
I'm like, where am I gonna get black walls and all that stuff? So I mean, like,
it's so easy. It's so cheap. Really?
I know. Well, I know. I just haven't done black walls. Okay, I haven't done the black walls, but the overhead lighting with like the one behind, I was like, that lighting is so good. Like that is legit gonna be like that's like my go-to lighting.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have the opportunity to
fashion
really.
Editorial.
Oh yeah. I mean, personally, because I don't have my own really big studio, I don't really have the chance to try things out like that. And then at 206, like you only have so much time to be able to.
Yeah. So what do you do for that? Like you full time and stuff. Whenever you got studio work, are you always having to rent it like every time or? I
don't do studio work anymore for that reason because I just don't want to spend the money.
It seems like a pain in the dick, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I always thought that too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my beauty work is all done in my house because it's small.
You could use anything. I could
use this wall if I wanted to. It's just one light.
You really don't need anything, unlike your bed sheet. If you really wanted to, like, you don't need much to take a good photo.
Go to Walmart, buy some construction paper.
Like I feel like a good photo baseline takes like an eye, and like the reason why I even asked to be on the show is because like I noticed you had that eye. Like there's like a certain aesthetic to like a photo where you can tell if that person's good or not, and I can't really put it into words, but it's almost like their lighting is like thought out, or like the lighting isn't too much. Like I feel like whenever I see a bad photographer, it's like overblown lighting, like super exposed, but yours is like very subtle and delicate and contrasty. Yeah. It's like the it factor for photographers. Like you can quickly tell by how they edit and how they approach things. And I felt that about your work. I was like, yo, you definitely have the eye. And so I was like, okay, I definitely want to talk to her. And now my mind's blown that you're 19 and you're just like crushing it probably harder than me. Jesus.
It's funny that you say that though, because like, have you ever seen like behind the scenes, like, and I'm not like judging these photographers because I was there once, but like it's so cute like seeing like photographers that have they have their own studios set up, like whatever, but then they have like different kinds of modifiers everywhere, and it's like you just need like 2. You don't need like 5.
Dude,
like
I feel like so many people go overboard. Yeah, I feel like some people like think too much about gizmos and gadgets. Like you really need
less is more.
Exactly, less is more.
With photography, 100% everything less is more. I mean, unless you're doing like a giant like production,
Of
that's
course,
obviously
of
different.
course.
But if you just basic test shoot, stuff like that, less is more, 100%.
So when you're out shooting in natural light, like, so I want to talk about the swimsuit stuff you did. I guess we did with Victoria.
Yeah.
Who is one of my favorite models in the
Victoria
area.
so much.
I'm actually gonna be hanging out with her later.
Nice.
We're gonna be shooting. It'll be really fun.
She's amazing.
Dude, I just know those are gonna be fire. But your shoots with her are some of my favorite shoots of yours. Besides the one where you did it like in the back of a taxi cab, which.
Back of a taxi cab.
It's like an older one of you. She's like in the back of a car and like her foot's up on the dash.
Oh, Desiree?
Yeah, that was a sick.
Kingsley.
That was a sick shot, a sick
That is
shoot.
a Fiat, not a taxi.
Oh, whatever. I actually use that for inspiration for my first shoot I got coming up. And then, but your shoots at Victoria are sick. But the beach shoots, like, how are you approaching the beach shoots? Are you using like a reflector? Like, are you using off-camera flash? Like, I'm just curious.
So actually, the beach shoots, they were all done in Virginia Beach. I didn't want to lug a giant for actually my recent fashion outdoor on location shoots that were at the beach. I've been using strobe because it gives a crisper look. But for the beach ones, I wanted to have a more toned down, just natural look. You know,
So that shoot with Victoria, you did have off-camera strobes.
No, none of the beach shoots that I have. I don't like bringing that strobes to the beach.
Oh, so you didn't bring it? Oh, I thought you just said you did. Okay.
Everything, all my beach shoots have been all natural light, not even a reflector. I just know where the light is. Like even being a photographer shooting natural light, you just know where the light is. Like it's not hard for us to find it.
You know if you don't have off-camera flash, you're not going to put them with their back facing the ocean because they're going to be.
I don't even do pictures. Like I hate pictures of people that people do of like the model and the oceans behind them. I think they're so unflattering.
Oh yeah, like it's hard to find one where
Sports Illustrated has a lot of those, and it's like.
Yeah, but Sports Illustrated is pretty much like a covered up hustler.
Sports Illustrated is also Sports Illustrated. I can't touch them. They got it. I don't.
Who even reads Sports Illustrated? But don't get me wrong, Sports Illustrated. If you came knocking, your boy saying hello. Hello. You want some of her in the beach? You got it. You got it, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is something I think is also important. Is like you have to read light, and so like with those pictures that I'm talking about, like your lighting was good. Like
and underexposing too is a really big one for beach shoots.
Dude, that was a huge breakthrough I had as well as underexposing. And so you do that as well.
I underexpose for all my pictures. If you look at my raws, they're all like so dark. You're like, oh, you took these?
Really?
Yeah, they're so dark.
Like just to be safe kind of thing?
Yeah, because I mean, especially when you're doing like natural light, direct sunlight pictures. Direct sunlight is when you need to underexpose. And with those, because the thing is, so you can't save highlights, you can't save shadows if you don't underexpose. If that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it, but like if you just shoot normal, like if it looks good in camera, you're doing it wrong.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Unless it's like, not even if it's an engagement shoot, like in any situation, I feel like if it looks good in camera, unless you're just giving the raw file to your client, which you normally wouldn't, but if that was the case,
hell no, yeah, no one's
if that was the case, then yes, make it look good in camera. But I feel like if you know you're gonna do post production, depending on what look you want,
everything's
always underexposed because then everything is sharp, everything looks good. The background won't look blown out. The background is so important to me. I always make sure the background is never blown out, especially if it's like.
So you almost find yourself exposing for the background.
I mainly expose for the model, but naturally I expose for the background.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Like when I use off-strobe flash, I expose the background and then I fill in the model.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's normal.
But if you're not,
for natural light,
but for just natural light, no other things. It's like you're like making sure she looks perfect, but then you're gonna step it down a little bit because that like saves your highlights and your background. Yeah. And I think everyone should know that like overexposing is pretty much the worst thing you could do because like the fact that our cameras are so powerful, we have so many megapixels, we can recover shadows extremely well, especially like. What kind of camera are you shooting on?
60 Mark II.
Canon. Canon gang!
I actually want to switch to Sony, but I'm probably not going to do it.
Why? Because the full frame mirrorless stuff?
Well, I mean, just because it's mirrorless. Like, I like the lightweightness of it. It's so small, compact. The thing is, I shot with the 5300. I think that was, that one for like a month, and I didn't like it, so I sold it as soon as I bought it.
Dang.
It's not that I didn't like it, though. I just didn't feel like switching. And, like, the lenses are even more expensive. But it's
worth it. Dude, the
100%.
lenses are so expensive. But I actually just saw that Canon's dropping a full frame mirrorless this year.
Oh really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, like last night, late night on f-stoppers.
I'm not gonna do it. I just bought this camera like 4
4
months ago. It was like $2,500.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Only.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna do it. I'll be fine with my giant brick.
I know. It's just so crazy that like our cameras feel so trapped in the past and like the Sony ones are so sexy and small.
They're sleek. Like I just want to rub it. I'm just kidding. That's weird.
No, but I feel you on that. Like I don't know. Sometimes like it's just obnoxious having a big camera.
Yeah, it is. It gets heavy, especially when you have the 70-200 on it. It's like,
yeah, even just like 24-70, like I'm just like Jesus. Like
really?
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine having a battery pack on it. Like I mean, I'm used to it now, but when I give it to like a normie, they're just like, holy shit! Like how do you do this?
Like how do you hold it?
Yeah,
like, you just do it, dude.
It's like yeah, my arm hurts. So spill the beans. So where are you looking at?
So I don't even know. I don't know where I want to live. I don't want to live in a city. I want to live somewhere rural.
Well, I feel like with weddings you can get away with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with fashion, like I forget what his name is, but there's a really successful fashion photographer that actually lives in Tennessee.
Really?
And he's so successful, and people ship him out everywhere. Like he's just everywhere.
So you do want that like kind of traveling life? I'm so jealous when I see people travel. Like photographers are like going to LA. I'm like, God.
I'm going to LA in August.
Well, and that's awesome, and I'm low key jealous. But I'm happy for you at the same time. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, no, I mean it's totally worth like the trip too, and like.
So New York is off.
I want to know.
LA's off.
For me, because I want to get into high fashion, I need to be in New York more than LA. LA is just kind of a vacation. Like if I want to do swim shoots, I go to LA or Miami.
New York does feel more serious.
Miami, I mean New York is 100% high fashion, and that's what I want to do, 100%.
God, you're making me feel like I need to move to New York.
No, I mean literally, it's a bus trip away. It's like $25 for a day to and from.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Like I think I forget about that. Like the mega bus is like 2.5 hour drive for like $50.
I mean, I haven't taken it. It's 2.5. No, it's like 4.5, 5 hours depending on when you go. But I haven't taken the bus.
So you don't want to be in the city, but you're willing to be in the city for your
traveling for my photography, but not
travel.
to live. So I will happily travel to New York once every 2 weeks. I want to live in Texas. I want to live somewhere that's like I can be near a city, like Austin, for example. Austin apparently is becoming the next LA.
You do have like a country girl vibe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, my boyfriend's like super country. Like I told you.
If you saw the truck she rolled up in, that thing looks like a monster truck. And my first thoughts were like, I bet people think she's racist. Like it just looks. It's terrible to say, but it's just one of those things.
It looks like a super. It's a hit truck. It's a hit truck. It's massive.
It's a clean mobile.
It's really nice. It's super nice though. It's so nice. I love driving it. Just not in DC.
Yeah, I don't know how you got here on that thing without running over a few people.
I probably did. I just didn't feel it.
Yeah,
honestly.
right. I'm not lying. These are monster truck tires. Like, but okay. So you want to travel, but you'd rather live in like Austin or Texas.
I want to live somewhere central, not in Tornado Alley. Just somewhere. Yeah, I'll even live in like the rural parts of Virginia, like by Leesburg, by there, so that I'm still near DC. Because DC has been good for me. My goal is to get big in DC and then leave.
That's literally my exact strategy as well. As I always thought that like I always thought that I was like I want everyone in DC to fuck with me and like to like me and to be like yo he's like what's up, and then maybe I'll go. Like I don't feel like I've outgrown DC yet. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're like a bit too big for DC?
No, not quite. I mean, I feel like maybe I'm just extra humble. I don't know. I mean, people have told me that I shouldn't be here, but I'm like, I have so many connections here, and it's not even just for fashion. Like headshots, corporate headshots, weddings pay so good here. Like my networking, like just from knowing certain people, like for example, like Joy, has gotten me to get to know so many other important people that could really.
It's all about who you know in the city. Like that's something that I think is just so crucial. It's
very important. Like you just need to know people.
And doing right by them, like always going out the extra mile to like make sure like you're doing well. Like
exactly, yeah. Like another like I was saying, like Joy, like we help each other 100%. Like I mean, with shoots and she gets me shoots, like that's just how it is. Like I help her with her new models, not recently because I've been slacking with. I haven't been doing a lot of fashion lately. Past couple of months, but I want to hit her back up again and be like, hey, send me whoever you need.
Yeah, we just pick off
where you
left off. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there's obviously people in DC that aren't that great, but I mean.
So like you just want to shoot with like expensive brands? Is that what it is? Like Gucci, Prada, Dior, Fendi?
I mean, yes, that's everybody's goal, every fashion photographer's goal.
Yeah, I feel like it is too. Like you want to be in those like magazines. And stuff.
Exactly, and I mean, but my right now, what I want to do is I want to be a test photographer.
Really?
Yeah, I want to do tests. I don't want to do concepts. I mean, even my work right now doesn't really have much concept, but I want to be a test photographer.
I guess I can sort of see it. What do you mean? So what is it about tests that you're really enjoying? Like
just the simplicity of it. I feel like it looks very clean, and I like that. Like,
so what's your definition of like a test? Like give me like your just broad stroke. Like what's your test photography? Like, what does that mean to you?
Just showing the beauty and the talent of the model. Just very simple, very. I don't want to say modest. It's not always modest. Just very clean. Like, can you imagine? Okay, this is the easiest way that I can explain what a test photograph looks like. Black and white, gray background, models wearing simple clothes, but looking good. It shows her talent. It shows her features, her body, everything.
Exactly.
Like it shows her.
Yeah.
So that other brands want to hire her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then but to get to that, eventually my goal is to get hired by agencies to do that. You know, so like I want to start doing that now. But the thing is, it's hard because a lot of those are in studio. So my studio situation is just complicated.
I've heard a lot of things about like the whole like. I've heard a lot of conversation on the whole test photographer thing, and like a lot of people were saying that like back in the day, you know, you could make a lot of money as a test photographer, especially in New York, shooting like 4, 5, 6 times a day, you know, Monday through Friday, and like you're just like crushing it. And there's people are like saying now it's like a little different, where like and this is just hearsay, you know, that like you couldn't make it as just a test photographer. What do you think about that?
It depends on how committed you are and how much time you put into it. Because if I really wanted to, I could shoot probably 4 to 5 times a day as a test photographer and be fine. You know, I mean, I'm not saying like that's just anybody that can be committed to it. You know, not just me. I mean, that's how it is in this industry. Period. Like as long as you're putting those people that tell you that are probably failing.
That's true.
That's a I give up.
I mean, yeah, that's a negative mindset. That's a negative mindset.
Yeah. So I mean, if you really want to do it and kick ass. You know, like that's sort of my mentality of it. Photography pays well. It does. It pays very well. Like for 19, like I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what the heck? How did this happen? You know?
Dude, yeah, like.
So I just can't imagine how it's going to be in 3-4 years as long as I'm keeping up with the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't seem like you're stopping anywhere anytime soon.
It's slowly past couple of months, but
foot on the gas.
I've been like, ugh.
Foot on the gas. Get those wedding gigs.
But I know, right? Like as soon as we finish this, I'm going back home and I'm just going to market the hell out of the rest of my day. I need, especially these past 2 months.
That's an interesting topic. How do you find yourself marketing your photography business? If you don't mind talking about it.
Yeah, no secrets. Ask me anything. My biggest secret to getting business in anything, weddings, events, headshots, whatever, anything but fashion really, Facebook Marketplace.
Really?
Yeah.
Like just going on and posting or replying to people?
No, so I mean, well, there's actually 2. There's one that I actually learned from Brie and Steven, the couple I told you earlier, but the one way, and it's actually really helpful. I'll tell you about that. But anyways, this one, no, you just go on. Have you ever used Facebook Marketplace to like sell anything?
Yeah, I've sold stuff on it.
You can sell services. If you know how it says automobile, technology, electronics, toys, games, whatever, at the very bottom there's services. It only works on your phone though, you can't do it on a computer.
Oh, so you can only access the search bar through your phone.
Yeah, so once you do that, you put services, you put the title, you put your like base cost, so mine's like $180, that's for like a mini session, and then you put a short description of your services, attach some photos, your link, boom. That was literally the only thing that I did to market, barely, and I barely did it from December to now, or to the end of May. And I'm already making half teacher salary off of just that.
Dang,
off of that.
And are you doing just weddings, or what are you doing?
Weddings, everything, headshots, weddings.
So you just put out like a general service thing, like, hey, I'm a photographer. Here's my website. Check me out.
Yeah, but I need to stop doing that because it's actually not that smart to do that because it overwhelms people. I think
you should be a little more specific, like, hey, if anyone's looking for a newborn photographer, hit me up.
Not even that. You just got to be like confident. Like I feel like that. Like if you say that, it makes you look like a novice. Like it's like, hey, like I'm doing this now. Like hit me up. Like I can do it for you. But
okay,
I'm like,
what are you saying in your?
Like, hey y'all, I'm a local wedding photographer and I'm here something catchy to do this for you, whatever, blah blah. Like something that confidence is key. You can't just be like, hey, I'm here to do this for you. You know, like what's up? Like I'll do this for you. Like
I see. Like looking back when I said it's very like coy, like, hey guys, if you're looking for photography, but where it's like, hey, what's up? Like yo,
you have to know it. Like I'm a wedding photographer.
You have to convey your personality.
I'm a wedding photographer. Like show it. You know, like I'm a fashion photographer. I'm this. Like you got to show it. You know, and that's how you're gonna get it.
Exactly.
Because if you're shy, I mean, like the thing about me though is like my mom. She basically built my career. She built my business. She knows the ways and the works.
Did you get your confidence from your mom as well?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay.
Most likely, yeah. But I think. But she's a hardcore entrepreneur. She's been an entrepreneur her whole life. She's done real estate, everything.
So you grew up seeing her.
Even my little sisters are entrepreneurs. I'll tell you that. Like both of them.
And it was cool is that your mom was an entrepreneur before it was even like a word or before it was even cool.
Pretty much, yeah. So she knows the ways and the work. So she always told me, be good at everything and you'll get hired for everything. So do real estate, do headshots, do cars. I've done cars. Do fashion, do weddings, do this. And I mean, I listen to her and I get booked for everything. That's what pays me. It's because I'm not just good at this one thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of photographers are like, I don't know how to do that. I don't want to try it. Try it.
I agree with you. I think it's all about trying things and tasting them, and then like if you do cars, you're like, yeah, I don't really like that as much, then just don't do it again.
Exactly. And the thing about that too is like, okay, let's say you're a good couple photographer, and that's all you want to do. That's all you feel comfortable about doing. You're shooting portraits. Those are portraits. Do maternity. Do seniors. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like it's like you're just kind of ruling it out in your head the same way I guess I rule out weddings. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. But at the same time, it's kind of like doing a similar style, but it's just they're wearing
it's just a
a
different
lot more
word,
expensive
different
clothes.
exactly, yeah. And have you ever done events before, or have you just not?
Yeah, I've done events.
You've done plenty of events, or just a few?
Not plenty, but
that's
few.
what started my weddings, is doing events. Because
Really?
I always swore against weddings, but I would do events. But then I never realized that it's literally the same thing. It's just longer. And
it is an event, yeah.
There's more to think about.
Yeah, and you have like actual tangible things that you need to capture.
Yeah,
but an event is kind of like, oh, like
just walk around and shoot. But it's literally this, like it's not much. I mean, people can disagree with me, but for me, I don't think it's much different other than that it's longer and then there's more important events or more important factors that you need to photograph.
I feel that. I mean, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But by being so broad, don't you think you don't become a specialist at anything?
One thing, I thought about that before, and I've talked to my mom about that though, because I've always wondered that. I'm like, Mom, like, how can I be good at so many? Like I said, she's helped me.
Because
so
like
much.
I don't want to say your mom's wrong. She's right, but I think that's one strategy. I also think that like it's good to taste everything. But at the same time, I feel like it's good to niche down.
No, you're right. I completely 100% agree with you. And like I said, I've thought about that. And I'm like, I literally thought the exact same thing. And I forgot how I was going to answer that, because there was a really good answer to that.
Like what your mom was saying or something?
Yeah, what she would say to me. Because we literally were just talking about this not too long ago. Because I didn't want to do all this stuff. I wanted to just stick to only weddings and engagements. Because that's what pays. And I'm good at it, you know? And like obviously do fashion, beauty, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like it's different for everybody. Like, I mean, I agree with you, yes. Like doing everything, if you do everything, you're not good at one thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like baseline, if you feel like you're successful and what you're doing is working, then you're right. But if you're complaining about like your income or whatever it is, then obviously something you're doing needs to change. Yeah. And then so should your thinking about that.
I mean, the thing is, you're right though. You're like, again, you're 100% right. But personally, and I mean this in the most humble way possible, I feel like it just came to me naturally. Like I literally, like I can do. Obviously, like real estate, I'm having trouble with.
Yeah, that's an interesting market.
I don't do much real estate. Real estate, you have to be very key attention to detail. Like if there's a window cracked.
Yeah, it's like very set designy and interior design.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I'll push off. Headshots I'm good at. Engagements, portraits of any kind, weddings. But like newborns, I'm not good at newborns. I try not to do newborns. Mm-hmm. I love like taking photos of children's family. I'm not that good at. Like I know what I'm good at. I just like if somebody asks me, hey, take my family pictures, I'm not gonna charge them what I would for. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's different.
I can do
everything is so different. Like, there's different prices for whatever it is.
But if you're not good at something, you're not going to charge. If you know that you're not, like, the best at it, you're not going to charge them what you would with something that you are good at. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, like, I personally think I'm not the best at families, so I'm not going to charge more than I would.
Yeah, it's like your comfort level at the same time.
Exactly.
It's like, and as my portrait skills have gotten better, I charge more and more for portraits.
Exactly.
And I kind of feel like I've hit a good price for, like, a normal person who wants portrait sessions. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that's just, like, filling out everything. But, I mean, it's so tough because, like, I don't want to give you advice because, shit, you should probably give me advice. But I don't know. I feel like in some ways going narrow would, like, help make more money. Like, I recently read something where someone said that, like, you could, like, I'm going to paraphrase this horribly.
It's okay.
But it was, like, by doing everything, you'll get paid, like, you know, because you're not essentially a specialist. You know, sure, it's good, but you're not a specialist, so someone's not going to pay specialist prices. Mm-hmm. But if you're, like, a specialist at weddings and you're, like, Kyla Jeanette, the, like, most amazing wedding photographer, you could charge triple your rates as if you were, like, a broad stroke photographer.
But, you know, I have an answer to that, actually. I was actually just talking to my mom about this on the way here. Senior season. Fall, spring. You're not going to get seniors in the summertime. Don't advertise seniors in the summertime. Advertise weddings in the summertime.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the thing is, because you're not going to get booked. So you have to be good at seniors and weddings. But you have to be good per season. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So even if you're booking weddings, like let's say you're booking a wedding for next winter, mm-hmm. You're not going to get seniors in the winter. You'll have those weddings. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So regardless, you're always making money. As long as you're good with different seasons have different types of pictures. Families, November, December, Christmas
fall,
time. That's when you want to advertise families for the most part.
Because everyone's getting together.
Exactly. That's when you want to be good at families. Mm-hmm. In October, September, that's when you want to be good at weddings. In August, September, May-ish, you want to be good at seniors. Over the summertime, it's so slow for some reason. It makes no sense to me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be good per season. That's what I'm saying. Like, learn as much as you can per thing. Master it. Don't master. You can't be specialist in You can't be a specialist in everything, but master it to the point where you know you're good enough to charge for that.
Yeah, try it. So you can say you've done it.
So every season you're making money. That's what I did. That's how seniors in this time, and then I did weddings this time, and then I did families this time, and that's how I made the money that I did.
Yeah, it's like you just kind of do what you gotta do. You know, like there's definitely projects that I've done that will never see my Instagram.
Oh, yeah, same.
like will never see my website. And like it's because like I think people see that your photography is good, and then they're like, oh, she can probably do this. You know, I feel like that's kind of how it works, especially when you have like the eye. People just assume you can do these things.
I agree, and I can relate too, because like a lot of my followers on my main Instagram, my Kyla Jeanette Instagram, they follow me for my fashion work, but I've gotten, can you do skinny pictures? Can you do this? Can you do this? I'm like,
yeah, of course. But like, and it's interesting because like, your Instagram and your website seem like two different things to me, which I thought was interesting.
I have two Instagrams too. I have a different one that that advertises only weddings and seniors and stuff like that. Nobody knows about it.
You're so business savvy, like that Facebook Marketplace tip. I'm gonna censor that part out the video so no one else knows that. No, I'm just kidding. That's good information.
It's so helpful. Like
that's genius.
Like I said, right now it's so slow for me. I don't know. It's not working for me right now, but
yeah, I mean, and that's just business. Like you learn, like if it's not working, you just move on to the next thing. You know, like whatever it is. Like I have my photo exhibition coming up, and I'm like, how am I gonna market that? I mean, that's pretty fun.
I saw it. It was actually pretty cool how you marketed that on your story.
Oh,
I want to go.
That's just. Well, I hope you go. But that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Like I feel like market wise, I'm gonna go super deep. Like I'm gonna tap all my influencer friends like a week before. Hey, can you post this? You know, I'm gonna Facebook ads. I'm gonna do Instagram ads. Like I'm trying to blow this shit up as big as possible.
Yeah.
But going back to like the whole entrepreneur thing, like on yourself, it's like you had your mom that whole time. Like that's so cool that like you had that whole business. So it's like that was instilled on you, and it's like. You're so young, you have so much ahead of you, it's insane.
Yeah, I guess I could say I'm lucky to have her. And actually another marketing tip that I actually recently learned that I tried, I don't know if it's helped me, but I think it's super cool. I learned from Brain Steven, what I was going to say earlier, is Google Maps, Google reviews. So where's the location that you shot at on location?
Oh, God.
Just name one.
Meridian Hill Park.
Meridian Hill Park, you said?
Meridian Hill Park.
Oh, Meridian. Oh, I shot that shoot. Okay,
yeah.
So Meridian. I love shooting there. It's so pretty. Meridian Hill Park. So you go to Google, type in Meridian Hill Park. You go to the reviews. I love this place. It was so pretty. Like, the photographs turned out beautiful, and then attach the pictures that you took there under Google reviews. And I got probably, I don't know if I got both through it. Nobody told me if I did. But
you don't ever know, really.
No, but you get exposure from it because people see those pictures because they click through the pictures to see what it looks like.
Oh, like when someone Googles, they see pictures. Yeah. Oh, that's so genius.
Yeah.
It's like a subtle marketing tactic.
It's very subtle, yeah.
It's
you
like
you obviously don't say, oh, check out my website. You say, like, these are the pictures, like,
yeah, you're providing value.
For more.
You're not salesy. You're just like, and if you're curious, here you go.
Exactly. Like, here you go. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I tried that. I don't know if it's worked. I mean, I thought it was an awesome tip. I thought it was so smart.
You have some great nuggets. Like, shout out these Brandon and Julia. These people are
Brandon and Julia.
Brandon
and Steven.
Brandon and Steven. Yeah, whatever. They know.
They're gonna love that.
Ren and Stimpy. No, I'm just kidding. Like they know what's up. Jesus, I'm gonna like
really,
shout
really
out to
smart.
them.
They're really smart people.
Yeah, I'll be sure to try and like link them in the bio. They seem like a good resource for anyone.
They have like PDF files that have literally how to pull brides, like how to get your ideal bride, how to do this, how to do that, how to do this, and like they've sent me them like for free just to check it out to like sort of critique.
Dang, so they're crucial. So I feel like we're getting near the end here. I feel like I talked for a long time about photography, but like where do you see yourself going with everything? Because you said like you're definitely moving. You see yourself going like where do you? If you have that mental image, like what do you see?
I honestly, I mean, okay, so this is because you said mental image. I mean, what I can imagine myself doing is honestly, that's such a hard question. Like when somebody's asking me, "What's your 5-year plan?" I'm like, I don't even know.
I don't think about my 5-year plan personally, but like what's your ideal photographer situation? Like I could easily be like, okay, it's a situation where I'm living in a dope apartment in DC. Maybe it's my studio apartment or something like that. I have a studio space.
So it depends on
my YouTube's popping, my Instagram's popping.
YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, I've noticed you've done YouTube. You have 2 videos up there.
So bad, but yeah, I want to do YouTube. But I mean, I guess so. How I kind of envision my future, I want a family. Like, I want a normal life. Like I don't want to just be working all the time. I want a family. I want kids. I want a husband. I want.
Hello?
Bruce?
Yeah.
Hi.
What's up?
I found your door.
Huh?
This is Selena. I found your door.
Oh my God. pause the interview. All right, well that was random. Just buildings in a studio, so whatever. You gotta roll the punches, right? I feel like on that note, we should probably start to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So Kyla, is there anything you want anyone to know about you? Where they should follow you? Anything at all?
I mean, yeah, follow me. I mean, a lot of people don't know that I do weddings and stuff. So I mean, if you have a wedding, like,
Hit her up.
hit me up. I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess. I don't know, like.
Cool. Well, I mean, this was an awesome interview. I mean, like, I never know like what it's gonna be like going into it, but like I feel like we had some great conversations
I feel
during
like
this.
we could go longer too. Honestly.
Yeah, I feel like we could. I mean, we totally could. I mean, we're pretty much getting near the like hour mark.
Oh God.
Which is totally fine with me.
Yeah.
We can always chat afterwards. But all right, well, cool. Well, guys, that's the angle. Thank you for watching. Kyla Jeanette, check her out on Instagram because her work is. Yeah, that's the angle.
This is the angle.
Info. So, guys, until next time.
Bye.